So I'm going to show you guys how to shorten jeans and keep the original inseam in here. And I apologize, I'm doing this with my cell phone. So this is what it looks like on the inside. So we'll get that kind of something like that. And once you iron it flat, you'll notice that you really can't see that you shortened it. So it looks like it's folded over basically. So I'm going to show you how you can achieve that look, and this actually looks a lot better once it's pressed down. First thing you want to do is try on your jeans and then cuff them up to the length that you want them shortened. Now I will say you should put the shoes that you'll probably wear regularly with them just so that you get the right length that you want it to. So what you want to do is figure out what length you want your pants. So try it on and then cuff it up to the length that you want it to be, okay? I would recommend putting on the shoes that you'll wear the most with it, just so that you get the right look for the length of your pair of pants. Now what I want you to notice is how many inches your inseam is. So mine is about ½ inch, and so that will be important. So you'll want to double that number, so mine would be an inch. What I want you to do is take the ruler, and then measure from the top to the very edge of the seam. So not this, but all the way down to here. So mine is about 3. So what I want you to do is add the number that I just asked you to double. So that's an inch for me. So that's 4. Okay, and then divide that by 2. So what you'll want to do now is fold this to about 2 inches, and then you'll want to then next sew. So after you kind of fold this to 2 inches from here to here, I want you to sew right along that edge right there. So right next to the yellow denim stitch basically. And it will give you that look that you're looking for, because then it'll fold. So what you'll do again is measure this and then add that number to whatever this length is doubled, and then divide that by 2. Okay, and then you'll sew along this line with just a regular stitch. And then after that, you don't need a serger, but if you have a serger, you can serge off the extra excess here, or you can use this stitch, stitch number 7. I think it's called an overstitch, but it'll let you then make sure that the edges don't fray. Now as you are putting the jean in the machine, just make sure that you start at like one of the seams. So make sure that your seams line up. And then what I'm going to do is actually sew right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my needle down. And you see how I'm like right next to that line. That's the goal. And you also want to make sure that this is folded the right way, because I've done it where I've like accidentally done that before and folded it the wrong way. So just make sure that you check that before you go ahead and sew, because unstitching it is kind of a nightmare. You can pin it, or you can just measure as you go. So right now I'm like measuring as I go, so I'm kind of a little off. So pinning might be a better idea, but because these are kind of tight jeans, I don't think anyone would notice just a little quarter-inch difference, but maybe they will. But overall, like, I typically just use a ruler so that I don't like poke myself with the pins. But just again, remember to make sure that you measure all the way around with whatever measurement you're sewing with. And as you can see, I am sewing right along that stitch. So now that I'm done sewing, I can fold it over to kind of show you what that looks like. So there it is. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut along, maybe give myself a 1/4 inch all around here, and then use the stitch number 7, which is like the zigzag stitch, to ensure that this doesn't fray. And there you have it. Once you cut it off, this is what it looks like. And again, the hem is really close to the stitch right above it, and all you have to do is just iron it and make sure that it's flat, and then you should be good to go. Sometimes you might feel like it's like flipping over a little bit. Just use some starch on your jeans and you should be good to go. And that's how you hem and keep the original hem. If you like this tutorial, make sure you click on the subscribe button, click on the bell to get notifications next time I create really easy DIY videos you can do right at home.